Hi, hope everyone. My name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 66. I think
our last one of the year.
I just made that joke, man.
No, you didn't, because
But it was at the end of the video,
now,
right?
So
but
I made it first.
Wow.
No,
okay. You made this? No, I made this.
I made this.
In today's episode, we have a holiday special that doesn't have to involve the holiday at all, but Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you may celebrate, you know. We are doing a caller edition from our Patreon stands. They get to come in. They ask questions. We give answer. We learn more lore about all of us and some of the listeners. And we just want to take some time to appreciate all of you. And it was a good episode. It was fun. So stay tuned. Enjoy your holidays. Eat lots of good food. And here's to 2021. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep all hands, legs, and other appendages in wherever you are. Keep them on.
Do our listeners listen to this on a roller coaster?
It's GG Over Easy, episode 66, the holiday special. Like, oh my gosh.
We opened up our present.
What festive thing do you have planned? Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa. That's it. Thanks.
Yep.
Hope you had a good one.
Was it fun?
This is.
Did you guys have fun?
Is this coming out after Christmas? Yeah, dude, it was great.
Yeah, you had a good time. What was your favorite gift?
When Claire surprised me with a brand new Ford Chev Ford F-150. I was like, yes.
What about you, Blue? What was your favorite gift?
Well, I ate a lot of food with nobody.
My favorite gift?
Everyone's in quarantine.
My favorite gift was from Blue's. Actually, Blue got me a gift. The Final Fantasy reference code that Blue gave me.
Oh my god!
Is actually, it was actually. I actually
you
redeemed
enjoyed
it. Code.
Those silver feathers, dude.
He's already caught up to Heaven Sword, dude.
Yeah, I'm already here.
Dude, yeah, Rob's been grinding. He's
I heard he's a dancer.
You know?
He actually, he's a dancer, and he cleared the new raid tier already. Yeah,
that's me.
Crazy, dude.
He's just nuts. Your turn, Mr. Fruit.
I'm up next, huh? Wait, speaking of which, okay, so let's get housekeeping. So what's actually happening is because of the holidays and the studio work and everything, people are taking time off.
Yep.
I should maybe learn from that. But because of that, we got to record some stuff ahead of time, like this podcast. So since it's pretty much right after we recorded the last one,
we're in the past.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about. So, although there is one thing I want to cover. Okay. That transpired in between the hour we just recorded the other podcast. League of Legends MMO.
Oh my god!
You don't think he's trolling?
Well, listen. I was like, no way, because here's the thing: League of Legends.
This is your dream. This is what you dream of when you go to sleep.
Absolutely, League of Legends, Riot Games. I guess I should say specifically. Over the years, people have always been like, "Where's our League of Legends MMO?" They've gone on the record to say we're never going to do one. It's too expensive and it's too risky. As pretty much you can look at most MMOs. There's been few that have come out. Like you can literally look at a graph of new MMOs that come out. It's just since like 2005, and then a little bump after World of Warcraft, and then when
Shadowlands.
Yeah, but that's just WoW. I mean, like other competitors.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them fail and stuff. So it's a lot of work, a lot of resources. For a gamble, but I think it was Arios who tweeted in our DM. I'll even read it. So it's from Ghostcrawler, which I didn't look at the name first.
Yeah, who is he?
Well, so he's one of the very few names I actually know in Riot. So I forget what he was before, but I believe he was like a champion lead at Riot.
Okay.
I'll actually look it up right now to make sure. But I know his name. I've seen him around. He's pretty high up on the food chain. Previously,
basis, we just know him. We just know each other.
No big deal. Currently, he's head of creative development for Riot Games.
Okay, so
nothing big. Nothing big.
Pretty big guy.
So he tweeted, "I have news." This was 42 minutes ago. "My recent job at Riot has been to help develop the League universe, which we're going to need. Because it is time, my new job is to kick off a big, and in parentheses, some might say massive, game that many of you and many writers have been asking us to create. P.S. We're hiring. So someone replies, tell me now, is it an MMO? And he literally responds with, it is an MMO. So at first I was like, that's trolling. It can't be. But then I saw his original tweet. Then I saw who it was. And it's all started. I'm like,
is it coming, Mr. Fruit? Are you going to cover League of Legends MMO?
Oh, dude. If that comes out, bro,
we are
me
hitting it.
grinding.
We're hitting
I don't know if it's ever going to make YouTube comment, but I will stream till my eyes bleed. It's literally the game I've dreamed of. So after looking at it, and I was like, I just talked to Blue about this. Realistically, if this isn't a troll, it could be. Who knows? But if it isn't, it literally sounds like all that's happened is go, hey, we should look into making an MMO. Let's get a team together and try and make it happen. Which means it is years out.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like 2022. Yeah, like 2024, 2025 will be like alpha, I imagine.
Yeah, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'm trust me. I'll wait. Make it good. But just because of just... Now, the one thing they got going for them is they already have the universe. They don't have to build any of that. They have plenty to work off of, but it's just going to be the absolute giant task of making the infrastructure and making an MMO and how they want to do it. But I'm excited if that's true. So I just wanted to say that because I was like, is it actually happening?
Yeah, I thought you were like, this is fake. Like, there's no way.
I was like, I literally saw it and I was like, dude, I wouldn't trust that. Like, they've literally gone on the record, but I was like, well, things do change, and they are Riot Games, as we found out this year.
Yeah. And they also have just like infinite loads of money to make games at this point. So
yeah. So yeah, at this point, like I think they can afford to fail. Maybe that's also one of the things. But man, if they nail that, oof. Good God.
Do you guys want to, or Mr. Fruit, do you want to explain the special kind of episode we have today for the end of the year, kind of new year kind of thing?
I will. Thank you for the introduction. Robbie V, everybody. Robbie V, give it up.
What?
I'll be here for another year.
Great guy. Please do. In this special episode of GG Over Easy, we did one very similar to it previously, around when the quarantine started. But we figured, what better way to end out the year than with some of our stands? Let them talk. Let them ask some questions. Get them in here. We're going to do another kind of Q&A session with fans. Get them in. They'll get asked the question. We'll answer it for them. That way, we interact with you guys at the end of the day because after it's all said and done, we miss you guys. We love you guys. And also, we've been able to do this now for over a year, and we're still going. Hopefully
people didn't think we would make it.
We didn't think we'd make it.
We're almost at 69.
It was us.
Those people were us. We didn't think we would make it.
Yeah, we should have just skipped a few numbers so that this was episode 69. Could have ended the year on a high note.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's what's going on. We hope you guys do enjoy this video. And because of the circumstance and stuff, it might not be as long because of the time we are tight on. But we hope to be getting through everybody. Most of them have been vetted and stuff, their questions. So we'll get them in here, hear what they have to say. And that'll be it for this year of GG Over Easy. We look forward to 2021. It can't
and what that brings
possibly be worse, right?
Cue the Titans. Cue Sasago.
Yeah.
All right, and on that note, I'm going to drag someone in. Do you guys have somebody, or should I just go rando?
You know what?
Just
bring us on.
All right, here we go. Bye. All right.
Oko.
Is it Ocho or Oko?
It is Oko.
Oko.
Get destroyed.
God, Rob.
Sorry. Don't trust me.
Embarrassing, dude. Welcome, Oko. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Better now that you're here.
I love your mic quality. Yeah, I love
yeah,
it.
you actually
you have a better mic than me.
That might be the highest mic quality we've gotten in this GG Over. Like, congrats on that.
I actually got it because my raid members hated me in Final Fantasy.
Yes, let's go! This is the best day ever.
Oh no, I see what's going on.
My man.
I'm actually raiding right now. It's going great.
Oh,
let's go!
What a
dude.
multitasker.
Right,
yep, E9.
Let's fucking go, yo, dude. Cloud of Darkness is hot as fuck.
I'm just happy they're using Dissidia models. That's my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Dude, this is the best. You're the best caller we've ever had.
Blue's suddenly like, this is the greatest day of my life.
This really is.
This is like the moment I realized like other people watched Dragon Ball when I was a kid.
Okay, hold. Okay, what are you fizz range? You caster melee?
I'm-
What are you tanking?
Tank 100%.
Oh, what tank? DRK?
Dark Knight. Yep.
Let's fucking
I
go!
do Dark for prog and then
my
Paladin
man.
for once I'm comfy.
Dude,
Nice,
this dude's a raider. Oh my god, dude.
I've never felt
Dude.
more out of loop than right now.
Yeah.
I'm so
I feel
happy.
like my parents when I'm like switching the
Yeah.
HDMI cord.
What does lit mean?
Okay. Okay.
DRK.
Okay.
That a
okay,
drug?
okay, we should go. We should keep going. Okay, go on, Rob.
Is there anything you specifically you'd like to ask?
Can be every
Yeah,
guess.
so my question was, if you guys could be a master in any profession and not have to worry about the money or background knowledge required for it, what would it be and why?
I always wanted to be like a weatherman. Like that would like when I first think, or like a tornado chaser, someone who does that kind of stuff. Like I always wanted to be like the weather guy or whoever told you the weather. So if I could like understand, but then like meteorology is so complicated. Like learning all the storms and like cold fronts and like what makes like a cloud and all that kind of stuff. That is what I want to learn. But then I learned that I can't. I'm just not smart enough for that kind of stuff. So if I could learn meteorology and just know everything about weather, that's what I would do. For some reason, I have some weird passion for weather.
It's a good question, and unfortunately, I can't give you a great answer because, as always,
Board game
things to think of.
designer.
I would honestly, right now, I would say it would be some kind of a game designer. But being able to make something at the end of the day, I'd want to creatively make something, so whether it was art, movies. But I think I would go for probably a video game. Because like if I didn't have to worry about the background, and let's say I could get a team I wanted and didn't have to worry about budget, that'd be really cool.
How did your playtest go? I forgot to ask with your board game that one night.
It was the first playtest.
Okay.
I'll pretty much say, like, after about 5 minutes, I go, all right, we're starting from scratch. And that's what they're for. I was like,
yeah.
everything I thought that was going to work, we'll refine it.
What about you, Blue?
I've put this around in my head a couple times, and it's either I would be like a chef because cooking is tight, and that's honestly like relaxing for me.
Yeah.
Or if I didn't have to worry about money, I've always played with the idea of like, what if like being a therapist or like a social worker like that, because there's just something. I guess in my close friend group, I've always been the person that people talk to a lot about things. So people are always like, "Yeah, well, you're easy to talk to about stuff." So I've always been like, "Well, maybe I should be a therapist." And then I look at all the stuff and I'm just like, "Okay, no, that's way too much. That's a lot of responsibility.
That's a lot of school.
People like I'm influencing people's life decisions. Like this is a lot of work. But if like I didn't have to worry about financially or anything, honestly, it'd probably be a chef or therapist."
Well, thank you for being the coolest caller, according to Blue.
Like not even close. Like
please come back,
like-
please.
I
like the
tell you
top
this,
three, like the top three are Oko, and
whoever
Oko.
goes next has a tough act to follow. I feel
Yeah.
bad for that person.
Well, he'll just and it'll be like, "Do you play Final Fantasy?" Ooh, negative marks.
Thank
Well,
you.
good luck. Good luck
Hold
on
on,
your
wait.
E9,
Wait,
Oko.
before you go, Oko.
Yes.
Are you guys progging E9 or you guys got the E10 yet?
We are progging E9. We haven't had a lot of raid time because holiday season, but
Yeah.
Dude, good luck. I believe
Yeah,
in you.
me too, dude. Good
Yeah,
luck.
and I
Good
can't
luck
wait
with
to
your
see-
Dragon Knight tanking
Yeah, good luck on Dark Knighting.
or Dark Knighting.
Deuces, man.
thank you guys.
No, thank
Dude,
you.
that guy was
Alright.
awesome. That guy was
Yeah.
sick. Can we have Oko the whole podcast?
So Oko, Final Fantasy.
All
Where
right,
do I
ready?
begin?
Here we go.
Hey, wait.
I feel terrible for whoever's next.
I will say, during that, I opened up a shiny Meowth,
Oh.
and
Wait,
I
that's
figured
a
out.
shiny Meowth?
Yeah, well, Galarian Meowth. I will say,
Oh,
I
I was gonna
found out
say.
in the set that there is the possibility to get a shiny Krogunk,
Oh,
and
Lord.
I'm not gonna lie, I want that more than the Charizard. So,
Isn't it like a common too? So like,
no, well,
I
the
guess-
chances of shiny, I think, are just the same across the board.
oh, okay. That would
But
make sense.
I will kill a man for that.
All right, here we go with the next person. We're gonna go with Shark Boy 97.
Welcome.
Hello, Shark Boy.
Shark Boy.
Not quite Shark Man.
Yeah,
For
it's a
sure.
nickname from high school. I used to look like Shark Boy when I was little.
Oh, so you look like Taylor. That's a great person
That's
to
a
look like.
yeah,
You
exactly.
could be worse.
That's
You
a
could
good
look
base
like,
to go off of.
could
I
look
could
like me.
choose.
Is there anything specifically you wanted to ask or talk about?
So notoriously, movie adaptations of games are just like so awful, except for The Witcher. We stand The Witcher.
We do stand Witcher.
Guaranteed to be like Witcher level of good. Are there any game franchises you would like to see adapted to a movie or TV series?
That's a great
Where to
question.
begin?
Man.
Like all of them.
If I could choose one like that, I would really like to see. Oh man,
I'd
it would
love-
have to be Halo. If I could see like anything done the way I think it could be done and told and shown, is Halo. I don't know what if it would be Reach or if it would be following Master Chief around or just following some ODSTs around. It's Halo. That's the first thing I think of when I think
Yeah.
of a Halo or a video game franchise that I would love to be having some adaptation. But then, like, I don't think anybody wants to touch that franchise with a 25-foot pole right now in terms of making it.
No.
Because it's had what, 3 iterations and all of them have failed in some sort of
Yeah.
way.
Haven't even made out the door.
It's a
when you would-
monstrous project.
Yeah, it's just like it would turn into District 9, and then there was that like Halo short that I don't think really did well because I don't.
I
really
loved it.
remember
Well, I
any-
loved the little that little mini web series.
Yeah,
they did.
I know what you're talking
The
about.
cadet one is like before Reach or whatever. I really like that one, but I don't know if we'll get more. But I guess for me, honestly, there's a lot. The first one that comes to mind is actually BioShock.
That's what I was thinking. BioShock would be so good.
That would be amazing.
Infinite or like
Any of them.
like
just
what?
any.
Yeah, any of
Okay.
them. Oh, it'd be so amazing.
Or
I've never
they could
played a
do like a
BioShock.
trilogy, and I'd be totally down.
That's
But
one
I-
of my like
Yeah.
video game cardinal sins is I've never played a BioShock.
Yeah,
what
what's wrong with
are you
Yeah.
doing, dude?
I know.
the first one
Get
was
him out
like,
of here.
I've never played a game like the first one. That game's always gonna stick with me.
Dude,
But for-
Infinite like legit made me cry. The ending
I-
was so good.
I bawled like a baby. No shame. Real men did. I think it's fantastic. There are ones like Rob said, like Halo and stuff, but I think we kind of talked about it on a recent podcast. It's like you kind of gotta like epic or Halo might be too epic and like
Too great of
wide-
a scale.
Yeah, because it seems like the wider the scale, the
Just-
more it's gonna flop. So.
Yeah.
Keep it a little more contained. BioShock already has it. You already got a good base. I mean, just start in Rapture.
Yeah, that's a good choice. What about you, Blue?
My pick would probably be Metal Gear Solid, which is a pretty dead dream right now because there's absolutely no chance for that
Wait.
Kojima.
No, but I thought Oscar whatever just got cast as Metal Gear.
I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. But
I'll find
as far as like straight up god tier adaptation, I'm waiting for
Yeah.
that Metal Gear Solid. I'm surprised they didn't do it years ago because like spy espionage with like a little hint of sci-fi, like that's perfect for a TV show.
Oh
Oscar,
yeah, that was so huge.
Here's the headline: Oscar Isaac to star as Solid Snake in Sony's Metal Gear Solid movie, and this was 2 weeks ago.
It's probably gonna suck because it's a Sony Metal Gear Solid movie.
We'll see. But looks like it might happen finally.
Like a TV
And I
show,
think-
like
That would be
Witcher
cool, though.
level, still Metal Gear Solid.
I think Isaac would do pretty well. Yes, I hear.
I think he will.
What does Olive think?
Yeah.
Please.
She's like, I concur. What
So Shark Boy, yours would have been
Yeah.
BioShock.
Yeah, or Dead Space would also be super good.
that's
Get
good.
some horror
That'd
in
make
there.
a good horror movie. Yeah.
I
Space
tried to
would be
play Dead
dope.
Space and like the Steam version was like glitched or something and the door wouldn't open. And I tried to
that
like
sucks, dude.
uninstall, reinstall 3 times and I never got past it. So I never went back to try it again.
Oh, it's one of
I
my
feel that
favorite
game's
games.
Awesome.
It's so good.
Hell yeah, dude. Great question. Holy crap. My brain
Well,
hurts now.
Shark Boy, thank you for the question, man, and thank you for being a stan and listening to the podcast. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you very
it.
much, Shark Boy.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Shark
thanks,
Boy.
guys. Love
You're
supporting
Shark
you
Man
guys.
to me.
Hey, when the BioShock movie does happen, you know what? I'll fly out here. We can watch it together.
Yeah, I'll help you do that.
Take care.
Because
brother.
then
Take care,
it's a
Shark Boy.
win-win for us. So
For sure. Thanks, guys.
Adios.
See ya.
Yep.
Dude, I miss Oko. I want to ask him about his DRK opener for 89.
So,
I want to know if he
how's
has a wipe or not.
you guys'
Shark
DPS
Point was very
right
cool too.
All right, here we go.
now? He was okay.
All right, well, I don't know if Glitchy has a question, but we're about to find out. Glitchy, I
Glitchy.
happened to go over you, so I don't know if you have a question or if you were just chilling in there. But if you have a question, go for it.
Yeah, I was not planning. I was just making sure everything was good in there.
He was
All
like, "Oh."
right.
Uh, I love y'all. Have a
Love
good
you
Love
more.
one.
you.
Oh, that's
All right,
that's good for me.
Yo,
All right,
good
we can put
news.
Oh,
We pulled shiny Grookey.
Let's go.
Oh,
My
we stand
boy.
Grookey.
Love my boy.
all right, here we go. Whoop. Sloths 5. Welcome, Sloths
Welcome.
5.
Hi, how are you
Oh,
guys?
hello.
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I just finished my last final for the day, so
Aga. What
Awesome.
Don't miss
How-
those, but congratulations.
where
I got an
in
A in anatomy, so
Oh, nice.
what education level?
sophomore in college.
Nice.
Oh shoot.
Ooh.
That's
My
as
toughest
far as
year
I
of
made
college,
it. Good luck.
honestly.
What do you major in?
So my question is what is your guys' favorite random fact? Like mine is like pigeons are like one of the most intelligent birds ever, and they were used in World War II to like send messages.
Oh,
War pigeons. You know?
random
That's
fact.
dope.
I always
My-
love like messing with that and saying like, "Go pigeon!" Like, release this info.
A flying squirrel can't actually fly. They only glide.
Oh,
That's what you
You
like.
see, knowledge. Look
It
at us
blew my
go.
mind as a kid.
Power.
I was like, I love flying squirrels, and they don't fly. I was like, stop.
What do you got, Rob? I see you
I don't
thinking.
have. I'm thinking. I don't have one. I'm trying to think of a fact that I'm like, that's a really cool fact.
It
Okay,
doesn't have to be cool.
my fact is stupid because my friend Merrick in Final Fantasy plays as Nutmaster, and he'll share random nut facts to people. So whenever someone asks me about random facts, I default to a cashew is not actually a nut. It is it's
A
technically
vegetable?
like an apple. It's from a
What?
cashew fruit.
Wait,
Really,
what?
it's an apple.
Yeah, a cashew is not a nut.
I will say
Technically, they're not nuts. They're what is but it's like they're God, what are they? They're droops or something. Which
well,
I don't
I'll
know
just
what
say
the difference is.
us fruit do not accept cashews, so they're not welcome here.
Oh, that's right. The cashew is not a nut. It's a seed harvested from a cashew apple.
That's
Whoa.
heresy.
So
You shut up
cashews
right
are
now.
seeds.
That's nuts.
So if I plant,
Well played. I see what you did there.
I think like my fact is like I think like just the facts like where like it's like Jeff Bezos in a second makes like $215 like a second or something like that. Those facts are just or like Jeff
Chump change.
Bezos is like wealth like can go to the moon and back like 70 times or something like that.
If you
or
stacked
wrap
them as,
around
like,
the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bills or quarters.
Yeah,
something
it was
like that.
something crazy. Like those like Jeff Bezos like wealth facts are just insane. Like it's crazy.
Have you guys ever seen Phineas and Ferb? Right.
The summer
somewhat, yeah.
vacation. Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched it a little bit.
So I spent my time wisely, and I watched a 10-minute video of figuring out how much money Doofenshmirtz is actually worth.
And how much?
And
How
he
much
is
are they
worth
actually worth?
he is worth 292,117,818,040 cents.
And
That's
he
how much
can't
it's-
just find a different platypus? Come on now.
Like,
You
I
got
love when he
enough
puts
money.
on the hat and he's like, "Perry the platypus." Like that shit is so funny. That's comedy, man.
that's what I did instead of studying for finals, but
Hey.
learn
Well, you
something
got
new.
that A, so it
I
helped.
got that A.
You did learn something too, so
And
Yeah.
I learned something too. Thank you, Sloths,
You're
for
welcome.
all these facts in my life. And thank
Love
you for
spreading
listening to the
knowledge.
thank you for listening to the podcast and supporting. We appreciate you.
Of course. I hope you guys have a good night.
You too.
thanks you too, and good luck with the college.
Thanks. One more semester before I finish my associate's degree, so
Awesome.
Og. Congratulations.
then we're applying to nursing. So
Oh, good luck.
Oh.
Take
Anyway.
care, Sloth.
Take care,
Thank you.
Swat.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Update time.
Boomy came in mid. Oh, speaking
these
of dogs,
Doges.
Yeah, they're like,
Boomy came
who?
in mid question and like was like, "Pick me up, please," and I'm just like, "Okay, calm down, buddy."
All
I
right.
got
Oh.
shiny alchemy, which is
Ooh.
black instead of pink. I got shiny Mr. Rhyme. I'm gonna be honest, don't know the
Oh.
difference. And
Yeah.
wait for it, shiny double,
Oh, he looks so dope.
shiny double V
Whoa.
too.
That's cool.
All the white and black is
Oh, it's
reversed.
the full art too. Damn.
Yeah.
I like how the art goes through him. Like it looks pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go someone random. Magi. I'm gonna.
Oh, magia Arabia. That's how I say it.
Arabia.
Hey, wait. Actually, since you're here, how do you pronounce your name?
Magia Arabia.
I'm not even close.
Magia
We were
Ari.
not even remotely.
Yeah, not even close.
But it always sounded so fun to magia Arabia. But that was wrong.
That's
Okay, I'll take that.
Tomato.
Because I'll
Is
be
there
honest,
anything you?
I'll keep pronouncing it wrong. So
Is there anything you wanted to ask or specifically talk about?
My question was going to be, so any, if you have,
It's
I'm
all
bad
right.
at this.
You could take your
I'm bad
time.
at
We're
this.
we're here for you. Stay calm. We're good.
So what's your go-to game to relax? Any game that you can go back to time and time again just to de-stress and all that.
Oh man. I think
I'm worried I don't
that
have
game
one.
is Hearthstone, and then I play a couple game of Hearthstone, and then I'm like, this game is actually the opposite of what I'm trying to do. A game that helps me escape. I don't know. You guys might have to go first because I need to think about it. Because any game I play normally just makes me really angry. Unfortunately.
unfortunately, since he mentioned that, I don't think I have one. Because it's kind of the same thing. Like, oh, I'll play League. 10 minutes in, I'm like, what have I done?
Like this is the complete opposite of what
Yeah.
I was trying to do, which was escape everything, and now I just have more problems.
For me, it's definitely Final Fantasy. And I know I talk so much shit about D2, but if I'm trying to vibe and I have nothing to do, I'll put up D2 and just shoot shit because the shooting feels so good in that game. So
wrong.
Final Fantasy and D2 are definitely my stress relievers.
I'll say CS:GO more often than not. With the guys who I'm playing with, I have a ton of fun with that group, and like it's always a good time. So when I'm playing CS:GO, but like I wouldn't say like if you're trying to relax, go play CS:GO. That's just kind of how I play with like my group and stuff.
What about you? Do you have a game you like to
Yeah,
go
'cause
back
I'm
to and
looking
relax
for
to?
one.
It used to be Halo. To de-stress, I would just go in on the easiest difficulty and make grunts run screaming for their lives.
I always used to like go in the campaigns and just like do super jumps or just go do some sort of glitches. That's what I love Halo. I hope the next Halo's so good. I hope.
Please don't suck. Please don't
Yeah,
suck.
my Halo fanboy is like, please don't suck, Halo. We need you more than ever right now.
We need you, Chief.
Well, how do I say it again? Magia.
Magia.
Magia is fine, but the full name is Magia Arabia.
Magia
Arabia.
Arabia.
Can I? Is that like? Is that a certain? Is that from somewhere? Is that like French or?
OC.
It's from a manga called Negama.
Oh,
Oh,
It's Latin for dark magic.
oh, that's actually.
oh yes, my Latin's fluent. That's why I'm so good at pronouncing it.
Mine has been off and on, so that's why it kind of slipped past the cracks for me. Well,
I would-
Maggie, thank you so much for the question, brother. I will definitely look into that manga now because that sounds sick.
Don't look into that manga. Dork would really like that manga.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, it's a dork anime.
I see what
It's a
you're
dork
saying.
manga.
It starts off very lewd,
Okay.
and then kind of after about the I think 14th book, it goes into like actiony type
Okay.
stuff. But
Perfect
it started
amount of
out very perverted.
All right, dork.
Perfect. Yeah.
I know. I can.
I'll
I have
hit
a
dork
talking
up,
point.
we got this.
I have a talking point with my friend Dork now. Thank you.
Thank you, Magia.
Have a good one.
Take care, brother. That is a anime or a manga I have to look into now, or just
Okay.
like screen caps.
Yeah, just
Bring in the next. I have to take Boomy to the other room real quick. So
Saint Jemith.
And
Hopefully I'm
Jimmy,
saying that right. Correct?
welcome to the GG Easy Room.
How's it going, folks?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Please excuse Blue. He's currently letting out his cute Doge.
He actually heard we were pulling you. He's like, "Oh, guys, I gotta go."
Bro.
I owe this guy money. I
Bruh.
gotta dip out.
Yeah,
Dude,
just
he
take
owes me
Booby.
money. Is that where that's going?
I know that guy.
Is there anything you wanted to ask or specifically talk about?
Well, I had a question. If you were to choose a movie to watch right now, would it be The Titanic or The Notebook?
Notebook.
Like if I had, yeah, I love The Notebook. Like that's such a good love story. You know, you can't go wrong with it. It's-
Although,
I can't watch it. It's too sad.
why?
yeah, I ugly
Oh.
cried. Maybe I'd go Titanic because it wouldn't make me as sad. I'm not
Yeah,
as
I mean,
attached.
I know how Titanic ends. I know how it ends. Like, but The Notebook, it gets me every time.
I know how the Notebook ends, and I'm never ready for it.
I've returned
I'm
from
not.
putting Boomy in the other room. What was the question?
Blue, this probably may be the most important question.
Of your
Titanic
life.
or The Notebook?
Oh,
Which
what?
would you
That's
rather watch right
That's
now?
way too hard.
Ali and Noah, man, what a story.
Yeah.
I go ahead, Blue.
No, you go first. You go first.
I'd rather watch The Notebook because I like that movie more, and I just think it's a better movie, and I like the story more. And the Titanic also made me like fear water. Like I don't like boats now because of the
I was
Titanic.
already plenty
I don't
scared.
like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have like a big open fear of water. Like or like open water. No way. I will never in a million years go on open water due to the fact I've seen Titanic. And you know, Titanic wasn't supposed to sink, and guess what it did? It sunk.
Kaplunk.
It's in the water.
Well, I live on Lake Superior, like literally right on it. And
Oh
You're a
man.
brave man.
you have no idea how many little boats I see go out there in the middle of
And never come
like it's
back.
gonna storm in
Never.
like 15 minutes, and these boats are just going out. And I'm like, do you not know what's about to happen? You're gonna capsize, and they come in like 5 minutes later,
Never.
like with their heads
I
held in
regret
shame.
everything.
But like an ocean, because like the way I think about open water is like if you go, you have 3 directions to go into that are the complete wrong way. You know what I mean? And one like what happens if the guy reading the compass just reads it wrong and we run out of gas? Guess what? We're not deep sea fishing
Oh,
anymore.
you
We're
said
we're deep sea
wheeze?
eating. Like we're eating each other now. Like not
Place of
now.
Louise.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, miss me with water, bro.
And
You
you can
got-
thank Titanic for that. That's how we got to that.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
just always worried about water, but Titanic didn't help me.
Really?
Yeah, like even like if I'm in a swimming pool, for instance, by myself, and it's not clear enough that I can't see the other edge, I'm terrified. Like, I know it's like just a little personal swimming pool, but I'm like, a shark's gonna come out of nowhere and eat me, dude. It's like that doesn't make sense, but like, look, I'm terrified. I don't know.
Well, there's an irrational fear you didn't know you had.
No, I know I
Blue,
had it.
Blue, what about you?
This might sound, I mean, okay, like as far as like what movie I'd rather watch right now, there was always something about Titanic when I was a kid about the ending of the movie when she drops the necklace in the ocean, and that always just hit me right in my meow meow. And like I can't describe it. That always hits me so hard, and so I would watch Titanic right now purely
Wow.
for that scene.
I like it for
Surprised
the.
I see that.
I don't get the ending of the Titanic. Like, why did
There's
she drop
room.
it in?
There's
Well, it's because she's letting go. It's like it's
It's
But
stupid.
she could just sell that, man.
yeah, she could sell it, or she could make a cinematic movie history with one of the most iconic scenes of all
she
time
could also just scoot over
and drop it in
Yeah.
the ocean.
No, Rob's right.
She also just scoot over. There's plenty of room.
Just like Scoot.
It's messed up. It's
I've seen like
cinematic.
Reddit pictures of like the door and the actual size of it, and like 6 different ways 2 people could have fit on that door. It's hilarious.
But then it wouldn't be sad, okay?
Exactly.
And if Leo didn't go into the water, he would never have surfaced up in Inception.
Exactly. Oh,
I've heard that.
That's
Okay.
right.
A bit far fetched, but I'll buy it. That's canon now. That
It's
was
my
just
headcanon.
That was just
Well, Saint,
war.
now thank you for making me sad and reminding me that The Notebook is a thing, and now I have to go watch it with Sydney and
Like,
cry.
I'm sorry, Rob. Not really though.
Well, thanks for listening, and thanks for your question, brother.
Thank you, SC.
Sick. Peace.
I
Take
think
care, brother.
I think I'd actually choose your name if I wanted to cry more.
Oh,
Oh
great.
my god.
No, don't even talk to me about that.
All right, let's get another random. Kenneth, I think it is. Kenny or Kenneth.
Hello,
Hi.
Kenneth. Is
Hello,
it
Kenneth.
Kenneth?
Yeah, it's Kenneth. It's my name is spelled with an E, but I do a Y because it looks cooler, and that's
It
my.
does look.
Okay.
Question: Are you Canadian?
I'm not. I live in Ohio.
God.
Okay. OH.
Okay, that's pretty close.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Did you get another one?
Oh, you
I
got
pulled
another one?
Oh wait, another one?
Let's go.
That's
I
his
got
second one.
another
Wait.
Yeah.
shiny
Wait,
Charizard.
I didn't see. I want to see.
Oh,
That's his second shiny.
Yeah, if you want to.
Charizard.
What is that? Another? You got another one?
Yeah, so he's opening.
What are those worth?
I
Is
don't
there like
know.
any like market value for this yet?
Japanese? I'm not sure. It's a good question.
Because I know
Right,
the
those will be
They
worth
have
a
value
ton.
in my heart.
I know that's true. I know the Japanese ones have like. Because I had a dark Dragonite Japanese card. I think it was like a bit. It was pretty sweet. It's still in pretty good condition. I don't know where it is, but I know it wasn't worth anything, and it was like a hollow foil, and I don't know where it is.
I always preferred the Japanese because I thought they looked cooler.
I think they look
whatever.
cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're way cooler. Is there anything you wanted to ask?
Yeah. Well, I went to trade school. Well, around here we have it's like a technical school where the last 2 years of your high school, like junior and senior year, you can go to the trade school, and it's like pretty much free. It was actually cheaper than what it cost to go to my other school.
Mm-hmm.
So you go for 2 years, and then you get like an entry level certification, whatever you want. There's like welding, electrician. I went for like HVAC, like heating and cooling.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it. I know it's not for everyone, and you guys never really touched on it. I was like, kind of, if you guys had to do something like that, would you like? What would you want to do?
Well, I know. Well, people. I know a lot of people who went to trade school, and especially because normal college isn't for a lot of people. And I think
Definitely not me.
And I think a lot more often you're going to see, and I think you do now, is seeing trade school way more normalized. And I definitely think that's totally the play. In terms of like what kind of trade I would do, I have no idea. I have no idea what I can do with my hands, or I would have zero idea. I thought about the idea of trade school. I just had no idea what I would do or what kind of field I had any interest in. And that's why I went to college. I didn't know what I was going to do there. So I was like, maybe I'll find out there. I didn't find out there either.
Now you're streaming.
Well,
You're
and
jealous.
and that's what's great with trade school is you specifically are going for something and you know exactly what you're going to do with it. And you did it at 80% the cost of, or 20% the cost of what everybody else did, going to a super prestigious school and then getting a degree and then not getting into whatever job field that they did.
It probably wasn't even 20%. It was like $100 for my school fees, and
Yeah.
then we used iPads, and we had to pay a $50 insurance fee for the iPads. It was like $150 a year.
Easy.
That's
And
so
then
fun.
like for you to go into a career where you know exactly what you're gonna do, and I'm the kind of person where like I need to know like what I'm learning, I'm going to use in my life, and so when what you're learning in a trade school is exactly the information you're gonna need to know.
Yeah, because they didn't teach me anything like stupid, like you guys like prime numbers, like they like.
Hey, apparently it's a big deal. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
dude,
our comment section thinks.
Oh, yeah, they're
something
all up in
everybody
arms
should
about
know.
the prime numbers.
You know, promise you're stupid.
Well, your like education was kind of like a trade school, right? It was like if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong.
So where I went, it used to be considered a trade school, but it became a university. So I guess at one point, I guess it doesn't really fit under most what trade school would be like with graphic
Yeah.
design. I don't really think graphic design is really
Is it-
offered at just about any trade school, but
Mm-hmm.
It was offered at the one I went because there's all kinds of
Oh,
different
nice.
ones like that. And my girlfriend went for. Oh, she's actually still a senior. She goes for digital media.
oh, nice.
She likes it a lot. And I know some people that went for graphic design. There's like ones where you learn about like I don't even remember what that one's called. I think it's like visual. It's like graphic. It's like a graphic design thing, but it's like for like I don't remember. I don't even know. It's like not
There's so many
something I was
different kind of
super
trades you
interested
can
in
do.
because like my buddy's a welder right now. He's in the welders union actually, and then I've been
Unionizing.
procrastinating. I work at my girlfriend's restaurant, so I
Okay.
graduated last year. So I'm like, yeah,
GZ.
yeah. I've been I actually this week I contacted 2 companies and
Hey.
sent an application. So yeah, we
Good
like
for
that.
you.
We like that.
That's how it starts.
Yeah,
That's how it
you know
starts.
you think about like where you're gonna be, but you got to take the first step.
Exactly.
That's right. I
So we like
think.
that.
I mean, originally, I had wanted to for a little while do graphic design, but I also think it's a good move. Like what you're doing, I just go like HVAC or like plumbing. Like
yeah,
no matter what
Super
ends up
big one.
happening, we're gonna need plumbing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone needs plumbing.
And
So
you're
if
gonna
you-
have it in your back pocket even if you don't want to do it. Like
Yeah.
you
So
can
if you're
always
looking
rely
for
on it.
like for instance, like being like a dentist or something, like in some form, some way, we're always gonna need dentists. Like that's just something that's gonna happen. So like I think I've heard a lot of people go in trade school, and I think it's a good idea, especially if you're not quite sure and you don't want to spend a lot of money trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You can do that. Get like as long as you can find a job, good entry to pay, and just like that, like they're always gonna need people like you.
Yeah. And a lot
so-
of like the older guys are like they're all retiring, so it's because like I think in my area we had like some people come in to talk to us at school. In our area there was like 93 job openings in like a 20-mile radius.
Wow.
And our class was like 17, 18 people. So it's like there's like so many positions.
And it's great because you know exactly where you're going.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's a good call.
Because I talked to my parents about it before. They were like, "Yeah, I think that's a good idea," but I was like super reluctant because I was like, "Oh, edgy sophomore. I don't want to do that, mom."
But
Like,
did
what do
you said you end up really enjoying it now?
No, I loved it. It was a great class, but I got like super boned over the Rona because
I mean, everything.
a rough time to come
because
out.
I wasn't able to take my certification test because school shut down in like March, and it was like a super big pain. So now I got to like talk to my teachers, and they're like, we might not be able to get you in until after the school opens up. And then I talked to my instructor. He was like, I might be able to get like a loophole and bring you in by yourself because I was not. I was never the favorite student. I was like super like C's, write it out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but
they work.
Yeah, dude.
You graduated.
Yeah, seriously.
That's more than I can
C's write
say.
it out for the last 2 years of my high school. The first 2 years, I don't know. I just didn't know what to do. I think I was lost.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and
it just wasn't my kind of learning.
And there's a lot of people out there like that. And you know what's cool is like I know a ton of people who didn't know what they want to do and went to a public college and now have to pay $30,000 and have nothing to show for it. So,
yeah.
That's me.
Same.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
except
you'll
I
get
didn't even
there.
get a piece of paper though. At least you got a piece of paper, Blue.
I do
Yeah,
have
sick,
a piece
dude.
of paper.
It's right up on your wall.
Well, Kenneth, thank you for the question and the conversation, brother. I hope all
you.
goes well.
And good luck with those
will.
job applications.
Thank you. Dude, this is insane talking to you guys. I thought it was going to be a lot weirder for me, but I was actually pretty chilled out.
Oh,
You
good.
did good, kid.
You
Have
did
a
good,
great night,
Kenneth.
guys.
Hey,
Yeah, it's great talking to you. Have a good one.
Kenneth.
Peace.
Nice guy.
Hate
I'm
that
rooting for
guy,
you,
man.
Kenneth.
Jeez, like
I'm rooting for you, Kenneth.
All right, going random again. Whoa! All right, Mr. Walsh.
Hello,
Walsh.
It was
Mr.
me.
Whoosh.
Oh,
Oh,
are you guys like taking bets? Like, who's it
Yeah.
gonna be when
Oh.
they throw him out?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's funny.
Oh, it's me. All right. Cool. What's good?
Congratulations. Is it Walsh or are
Hold
you
up. My mic speak laggy.
are you trying to like do the like cool whip kind of thing, like Walsh?
Whiskey.
Like Mr. Walsh or Mr. Walsh?
Mr. Walsh?
Are you there with us?
Is he
Wonka.
okay?
It was him.
Mr.
We had him.
Walsh?
We had him, but we lost him. He was so excited for it to be him too.
Oh no.
Should we put him back in and then drag him back in later?
Yeah, we'll try
Hold
later.
up.
Okay, we'll try back
We'll
again.
bring him
Mr.
in
Walsh.
next. Hold up. Yeah.
All right, Rezok, ascending. Is that? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are. I'm surprised you got the first one right. That's the one you guys have messed up a few times.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, you
I
know
feel
what
called
happens.
out.
No, it's not you. It's Rob because he's
It's
the one
me.
that asks the question.
I'm Papega.
Hog.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. I get it.
Is there anything you'd like to ask or talk about?
Yes. So I know for Fruit and Rob, you guys went to high school with Bobby Dahlback, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do you guys hate baseball so much?
It's not.
I don't hate baseball. I hate Bobby.
I don't hate. I mean, okay, I hate baseball. It's just boring to watch. I don't have anything against baseball in particular. It's just like when I watch the sport, it is just incredibly boring to watch.
Okay.
But I watch like playoff baseball. Playoff baseball is cool. But like 182 games, like can we cut that down to like 65, like 82?
So like this Corona season, that was a good length for you?
Yeah, I guess. Like even though like how many games was that?
66.
Even that felt like too many, you know? Like I don't know. I'm just not a big baseball guy. Like 182 games. Like but fall ball is sick. Like when it's
I hate like spring training.
No. Like playoff baseball. Like October, like fall
October
ball,
yeah.
like that is what I'm talking. I will watch the World Series. I'll watch like I'll go to like a Rockies game if they're in the playoffs, if they're ever in the playoffs.
RIP.
But it's not that I just hate baseball. I mean, I'll watch it if I like going to the games. Going to the games is fun. Like that's a good atmosphere. But I'm not there to watch the game. I'm just kind of there for the atmosphere and the drinks.
I mean, I just turned 21, and I turned 21 at the beginning of Corona, and my plan was, bring a bunch of friends to a baseball game and do that. But
that's
RIP.
Put on the back burner.
Hell of a time to turn 21.
Dude, oh my gosh, I know.
Hey, well,
you'll get drunk one day. I believe in you.
Do you hate? Wait, do you hate baseball, Christian? Like, or do you just?
I mean,
you still. I know you just don't watch it.
I'm never gonna go out of my way to. I don't hate it. It's just there's a lot of sports I don't care for, and that's just one. Like, I should put it this way: there's only a couple sports I bother to watch, which is football, and that's esports. Like that's the only competitive stuff I watch really.
What about you, Blue? Are you anti-baseball?
I'm not anti-baseball. I just have complete indifference to it. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of the same way.
I used to play baseball when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it, but I'm just not like into it anymore. Baseball is honestly the reason why I hate sports, because if you think about it, baseball is where I tackle the shit out of a dude, which forced me to go play football because everyone's like, "Oh, you tackle dude in baseball? We gotta put you in football."
we got a game for you.
And I was like, I hate football. So
you should have done wrestling.
No, because then I would have just gotten dumpstered.
Wrestling people at our high school are kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
There's just
okay,
a weird group.
Is that like a universal thing? Like wrestlers are always a little weird.
Yes. It wasn't our high school. Yeah, I guess so.
As a former high school wrestler, we were pretty weird. We'd be walking around school just spitting in bottles like 24/7.
That's another reason why I have a ton of friends who like Bobby, like who played baseball in high school and stuff like that. And I was just giving them a ton of shit. Like, why did you guys play this stupid ass sport? So like that's why I was just like I'm still friends with a lot of them today. So I just like give them shit. That baseball sucks and it's stupid.
Hey, you know what? To each his own.
But then again, I like soccer and like like that is probably the most like roll around on the sport, you feel fairy kind of sport. Like I've heard that my whole life. I can't tell you how many times I was called that throughout my high school career. Like it was.
Hey, well, it was better than being called stupid, nerd, unloved. That's just, but that I'm not speaking from experience, but yeah.
I'm sorry, Rezak. we're just not baseball stands.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I don't have
Go
anything
Rockies.
against it.
Go Red Sox, dude.
Although I will say,
popped off last year.
Go on, Bob. Can of corn, Bob. Can of corn.
I do like the big league chew gum.
There you go. That
has a baseball guy on the front.
That is some good gum.
So that's got to count for something.
You take like 2 bites of it though, and the flavor's gone.
Yeah, but like
in your mouth,
it hurts.
Oh, I mean, I haven't chewed gum in a while. I tried to make some flank steak last night.
Oh,
because I've been only really eating like chicken, so I was like, all right, I'll get some different protein. I got the leanest meat you pretty much can, flank steak. Cooked it. One bite in, I can't even chew this. My jaw was already starting to pop. I was like, man.
Well, rip.
R.I.P.
Well, Rezak, I hope you learned about our love for baseball. With your
I do, and if you ever tell Bobby you got these California fans rooting for him,
I will tell him that.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, you have a good one.
See you, Rezak.
That is hilarious.
All right, let's try Walsh again.
Like, I don't hate baseball. I just hate Bobby. All right, let's try Mr. Walsh.
Which I should say, I don't hate him at this point.
Yeah, it's just
water under the bridge, but
yeah. All right, Mr. Walsh, where's everything?
My connection was bad.
Okay, everything's
Welcome
good
back,
now.
Mr. Walsh.
Welcome back.
We hope so. Thank you.
We missed you, Walsh.
Is it Walsh or
it's either Walsh or H Walsh.
Walsh it is.
Walsh it is.
Walsh.
All right, so I don't know if you guys should be happy that you dragged me in because of the question I'm gonna ask.
Why don't we play Final Fantasy?
No, it's a math question.
No,
Christ. Every time I say something
Easy,
mad,
dude.
the comment section gets so mad.
No, the last time the comment section got like really, really mad, that was also me.
Oh, were you the one where I have to?
It was
I guess
physics one.
Well,
but isn't gravity constant? Like as soon as I drop this, it's already at.
We had like half the equation. We just forgot the other half.
All right, but I'm asking another physics question today.
Oh God! All right.
Well, we'll nail this.
An airplane accelerates down a runway at 3.2 meters a second squared for 32.8 seconds until it finally lifts off the ground.
Can you wait? Do you have this like written down so I can read this somewhere?
I can just. Do you just want me to paste it like? In
Yeah.
the chat?
Can you do it like in the general?
Yeah, that'll
coordination?
definitely help. I'll figure it out if you put it in the chat.
I'll put it in the general. Yeah. Or
totally.
Yeah, and then you can read it too.
Totally. Yeah, I definitely.
Because like it'll help me read.
There
it
you go.
more.
There you go.
So you can read a question now as I copy this.
All right. An airplane accelerates down a runway at 3.2 meters a second squared for 32.8 seconds until it finally lifts off the ground. Determine the distance traveled before takeoff.
Okay. So
It seems
traveling.
like it's trying to trick you with the meters per second squared.
But why are they squaring it? Why do we have to square?
Yeah, why is it
Because
meter?
that's acceleration. That's why.
Oh.
Don't worry about the
yes.
square. Don't worry about the square. That's just the unit.
Okay, so
I just want to multiply 3.2 meters squared by 32.8, but that has to be wrong because otherwise that's too obvious.
Because that's too simple. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that, and then I'm like, that's way too fucking easy. There's no way that's right. Because like I think, okay, so I'm going 3 miles an hour. I know that's not miles per hour, but that's just meters per second square. Okay, so here I am. I'm going 3.2 meters per second square. Okay, whoa,
that's fast. Wow, yeah, go.
Okay. Now 2 seconds goes by. I'm now at 6.4. Right, in that 2 second span, I have now traveled 3.2 on top of the 3.2 I just traveled, which is 6.4.
Well, you got the square. You got to use the square, I think, or something.
So is it 3.2 squared? So in 2 seconds, I traveled.
No, it's just seconds squared. I don't know. Maybe you have to.
Do you guys want me to help you out during this, or do you want to solve it
No,
yourself?
Professor. Just let me kind of work this out.
Okay. I just gave you pack, and I'll let you guys solve it.
Yeah.
This is literally like my sophomore year of high school, like trick question. Like, how do you think I'm gonna get it now?
Junior year, actually.
I was actually a year ahead of math, so.
Oh wow, my.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have this easy, Mr. Fruit.
Well, when I was in school, and then you know what, dude? I got out of school and I just dump that. Just memory dump, like boom.
I just like I see these and it's
All right,
like I just don't even know where to
They're putting the
begin.
answer in chat, by the way, so just don't look in chat.
Okay, I'm not.
Okay, I'm looking. Look at this equation. What the fudge? VF equals 0 plus 3.2 times 32.8 seconds, which is 104.96 meters per second. But then distance equals, in parentheses, 0 plus 104.96 divided by 2 times 32.8.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Why is me and Christian's method wrong? Like, why can't I just take 3.2 and times it by 3.2? Like,
because that is the acceleration, so you are gaining speed as you go along. If it was constant speed, then you could just do that.
Yeah.
But since you're gaining speed,
I figured when he said acceleration, yeah, it makes sense. Apparently, the equation is final velocity equals initial plus acceleration times time.
So if it said an airplane consistently goes down a runway at 3.28, then I could
if it goes down a runway at a constant 3.2 meters per second, then you could just do that.
Yeah, but see, he didn't ask us that, Rob, because that's too.
I asked the acceleration.
So I have to take the laws of motion equation and plug all this in, you're saying?
Yeah, sure. You need to do. So we have like these equations in physics called like the position, the velocity, and so you need to use like some of those.
Do you want to know how I passed my junior year of physics? I had a 62% in the class, which was like a D. My boy Mr. Jackson, who is just the man, set up like a trebuchet project where you had to build a trebuchet and and have it throw it a certain amount of feet. And if you had it throw, I think like an object that weighed 10 pounds, at least 10 yards or something like that, or 20 yards, you would get like 100 points extra credit. I'm not kidding you. I did that project and I went from a 62% to like an 82. It was amazing. I just got
clearly
like a
your
free
understanding of physics is worthy.
It was 100%. So Mr. Jackson didn't have to fail any kids in his class. Like that's literally 100% why I did.
I mean, I got an A in physics. Like I said, I knew how to work the system in high school.
I got a bullshit B.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why would my brain bother to remember the equation for final velocity? Like,
yeah, that's just like I look at that equation and I just do what you do, Christian. I'm just like, I'm gonna multiply 3.2 times 3.
I mean, I literally feel like Mr. Incredible in Incredibles 2 or whatever, where he sits down to do the math and he's like, what? Like, yeah,
math is math.
Yeah, math is math. That's why, like, when my dad used to help me, he goes, I don't remember. But how do you not remember? And now I know why. Like, I literally have not used any of that since physics class.
Mr. Walsh, is 67 a prime number?
I believe so.
Yes. All right. I was right then. Because I have to say my favorite prime number on episode 67. So I remember that. Well, thank you for proving to everybody that we're stupid.
Thanks for embarrassing us again.
Thank you. Blue was on the right track there.
Yeah, Blue already had it written down. He was just letting us work it out.
I just didn't want to embarrass you guys. Sorry.
Blue DM'd me the answer like as soon as I
said it.
I just sorry, y'all. I just didn't want to. I got you all.
He already did it in his head. Like after, you didn't even finish, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got it."
Hey, well, people like these math questions, so I'm assuming if you want to keep them coming,
I'll keep them coming.
Yeah, I think people
who
like
likes.
them.
Who is that? Who is saying this?
Every time I go into the comment sections, it's about the math we are doing.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's so funny as soon as you.
Yeah, but it's not anyone like. Question. It's not like anyone's like, "Oh, this is funny." It's like, man, they're stupid. I'm like, oh, what do people think of the podcast?
What people like it.
What do people think of the podcast? Oh, you guys are stupid. You guys are stupid. You guys are stupid. You guys are stupid. Like,
wow,
okay,
I can't believe you can't solve this basic math problem. Like,
yeah, it's totally easy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Professor.
Of course, and make sure that you study for the test on Friday.
All right, I will.
Yes, sir.
Dude. We'll be there.
Of course. Thank you.
I'm playing hooky boys. I'll be honest.
Mr. Walsh drives a hard bargain.
Where'd you go, Rob?
My bad. I'm here.
Oh.
Okay.
I went giant.
We're gonna go random here. Crescenzio.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Hello,
It's you.
Crescencio.
Congratulations.
You're the chosen one.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so patient. I know it has been a long hour.
That's okay. I'm actually just chilling in my car in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh.
So things have been chill. I've been chatting it up with the other guys, and things have been pretty good.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Glad we can help you.
Making friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
So,
Oh.
I have a question. Sorry to just jump straight into it, but I have a question that's been burning in my brain ever since the 9th Star Wars movie came out. Because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I love Star Wars. It's been my number one favorite thing my whole life.
My man.
And I was like so pumped to see specifically more like Rob. Like, I was like, oh, these guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna redeem Star Wars. And then I got on and I listened, and it was just like nothing but like, oh yeah, like negative, like we don't like it. Oh, that movie sucked. And so I was like, I've always wanted to know like why, like what about the 9th Star Wars movie did you guys not like? Like, what made you not like that movie?
God, I feel like
Ninth was Return or Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
I have to like remember. Okay, like the whole Palpatine thing was trash. Like that.
Well, before we go like crazy into it, you love Rise of Skywalker.
So I don't necessarily love any of the new trilogy, but I thought the Rise of Skywalker worked. I thought that fundamentally it was good. I thought that like it was a good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I don't necessarily think it's a bad movie or like it does, but I think it works. But I just think it's like one of the like the safest and kind of like it takes like everything that the first movie, or not the first movie, I guess the movie previous to it. What was that again? The Rian Johnson
Last
movie?
Jedi.
The Last
We're
Jedi.
gonna talk about
It
Last
takes
Jedi.
what the Last Jedi gave it, and it just like throws away everything the Last Jedi gave it, which makes everything that the Rise or like the first one, like it just throws everything away, and it doesn't know what it wants to be. As its own standalone movie, I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think, but as like a whole trilogy and as a Star Wars film, I just think it is I just think it doesn't know what it wants to be. It wants to be like this comedy kind of thing, but then it also wants to be this very serious kind of tone, but then also have like these new kind of themes behind it, but also stay true to what the Star Wars kind of world was. And it's just all over the place. And it is just not for me.
I think, well, one, it didn't have going for it the fact that, well, what Rian Johnson did, because he had to go one of two ways, like fully go into where Rian Johnson was going, or what he ended up doing, which is pretty much just like retcon it, which I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
But it puts you in this difficult position to start the movie. And then I just think they duked on a whole bunch of stuff. Like they completely sidelined Finn. The romance between Rey and Ben definitely felt forced. Last minute, came out of nowhere. Also want to talk about how Rey, who's had minimal training, nothing, is suddenly just the strongest force wheeler ever.
She read books, bro.
To beat Palpatine, all the Sith and everything, just because. Who are you, Rey? Rey Skywalker. And it's just like, it was a pretty movie, and there were some cool scenes. Like the first time, one of my favorite scenes is the first time she like uses Force lightning. She's just like, oh my god, like that was just a cool scene. Even though like some people were upset, or like didn't make sense, or like canonically, or like, well, she shouldn't be, and if she did, blah 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 blah. See,
it's just a cool visual. Like it,
yeah. And
no one's arguing that.
They definitely had that. Visuals were great. But it was just like a glorified treasure hunt movie. It's pretty obvious where it was going.
You're bringing up all these things where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that they just trip on like the thing, and then they're like, it fits. like I don't know, man. The Goonies. Like I'm not.
It just felt like the things didn't really build up anywhere, and again, it doesn't help that Rian Johnson just kind of like, it wasn't a cohesive trilogy. And a lot of it just felt forced. It was just like, we know where we're ending it, so just get there, and we don't.
Like I think if I watched 9 without watching 8 and 7, I would like 9 more than I do. You know what I mean? Like it just has no corresponding like elements to the movies that precede it or anything. It's just all over the place.
No,
Blue,
I wouldn't say I hate it either. Like, of the trilogy, it's better than Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And I still think Force Awakens, whatever's the best.
Easy. Yeah.
But also played it the most safe though as well. Like it's
But
definitely
maybe they should have, because
yeah.
like Ryan Johnson went the exact opposite, and we saw how it went. So I don't know.
I am pretty much in the same boat. I don't hate 9. I don't think it's a great movie. I don't think it's the worst movie, but I think for me personally, all of 9's problems come from Last Jedi.
Agreed. A majority of them.
And 9 was like a compromise for how bad Last Jedi was. And it's just Jedi was, I mean, I would have preferred it if JJ had doubled down on whatever Last Jedi did better. But
I did too.
But Ryan Johnson just threw such a shitty wrench. And like it was like, and I mean, like
it feels purposeful. Like you just like,
that's what-
I'm
and
just
that's what
messing
Ryan
with this to
Johnson
mess
does.
with it.
And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna mess with it, and
exactly.
I'm gonna subvert your expectations. It's like, okay, you can subvert our expectations, but like,
come on,
do you
bro.
know how to subvert our expectations for the whole trilogy or just this one movie? And because he didn't plan for the next movie, like he clearly did not plan at all for the next movie. It just left like JJ with like nothing to work with. So it was like, 9 just sucked because of Last Jedi.
And that's why, like, I don't say I hate 9 like Christian does. But like I hate it as a whole trilogy. Like
It definitely didn't work as well as a trilogy. Like
and that's where I'm like, I agree with that. Like if you take away 8, I feel like 7 and 9 are great movies, but because you need so much to connect 7 to 9, you can't just make that jump from The Force Awakens to The Rise of Skywalker. It does kind of feel incomplete. But there was just part of me that was like that little Star Wars fanboy, just like sitting down watching Episode 9, just being like, this is so tight.
That's how I feel about Mandalorian.
That's how I feel about Mando. Mando's brought that back for me.
I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, he's even with The Last Jedi as a movie, I hate it. But no meme. Some of my favorite moments from Star Wars films, a couple of them come from that movie. Just because it can be so beautiful. They're like super dope scenes, like the bombing run. When that thing split the destroyer, which I know simple, but that was beautiful. The Red Throne scene, like that fight. Like I was the same way, just as Star Wars. Like finally, like getting to see a lightsaber duel and stuff. I was just like, yes, like that stuff I love. Like the lightning, even the cheesy stuff at the end with the whole Palpatine Rey thing. It was still just a dope set, and you had all the like chanting and everything. I was like, I can't exactly get on board with this, but this is still hype. And that's just kind of how I feel it as a whole. And I have faith, seeing Mando, that it's very evident that just put Star Wars in the right hands, and it can be a banger.
Give Dave
John
Filoni
Favreau
everything.
changed it.
Yeah, but I just think,
and Dave Filoni, of course,
yeah. I just think they had a tall task. Like Star Wars came back, first thing ever. It made sense why they played Force Awakens so safe, because like, you know, tried and true. Almost they wanted it to be familiar for people coming back. But it just had too much to do, and quite frankly, I don't think the Skywalker saga needed more.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of that. It was already like a story that we didn't really need more of. In fact, like some of it just feels like it does like the original trilogy injustice. It almost feels like what was Anakin's point? Like his sacrifice for it. You know, it's just there's clones or whatever. I forget. However, they canonized Palpatine coming back. But yeah, like overall, as a Star Wars fan, there are still some cool moments, and I just love to see some of the Star Wars stuff. But as a whole, it feels real messy for me.
Yeah, and I like what you guys were saying about Mandalorian too, because like for me personally, when I first was watching season 1 of Mandalorian, this was originally what made me want to ask you guys this question, because you guys were like so hyped about Mandalorian season 1, and for me personally, I was like, this is a good Star Wars project, but I don't love it. It doesn't really have too much of a storyline. And the storyline that is there has been dragged out over 8 episodes. Season 2 kind of started that same way, but now second part of season 2 of Mando is like
picking up.
I'm like,
this is Star Wars, baby.
Oh yeah. And so that's
cool.
why I was just kind of like, man, they love Mandalorian, but they didn't have a positive opinion about the Rise of Skywalker. And I felt like I was the opposite. I was like, man, I loved The Rise of Skywalker, but The Mandalorian, everyone's so hype about it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, because like I like write stuff. Like I'm a writer myself, and I'm just like, where's the story? Like this is beautiful, it's visual, it's amazing, but where's the story? Like I'm kind of lost. So, but
Yeah, I
season
think
2, easy redemption.
personally for me with Mando season 1, I was excited because hopefully they realize it more too. Like we can have Star Wars things that don't involve Jedi. Like the Jedi don't need to be like the main protagonist or antagonist or any of that stuff. Like picking up and using these characters from the rest of the thing is super dope, especially like Mandalorians. So I was excited to see it from that point, and for me, it felt like Firefly a little bit, which I loved. And for me, I just loved it because it was just like the story. True, it didn't move along very much the first season, but I enjoyed that each episode was like a contained little adventure. Some of them didn't hit the best, like the one on the swamp planet or whatever. That one was probably its weakest. But I think overall, it was just really cool to see the Star Wars project come together. Visually and stuff too, it was like fantastic. And then just all the different. For me, it was just getting to see the Star Wars universe outside of the other stuff that I wanted to. And then I guess knowing that it was going to go somewhere, and especially the payoff right now with like the first few episodes, people were complaining. It's like, yeah, it's a little slow still, but now it's just like boom, 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 boom. So.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I'm like super pumped about it. I kind of do wish that, you know, going back, there was a little bit more, you know, love for The Rise of Skywalker, because again, like I was saying, I was a big fan of that movie. But I am excited to see, especially with like the 12 new projects that they just announced. Like,
oh yeah,
my
8 million
Star Wars meter is like just through the roof. I'm so pumped for all of it. So,
well, I think part of the reason too, Rise of Skywalker also didn't get love is again just the bitter taste from the 8th movie so many people had. Like if the 8th movie was better, I think reception to the 9th would have been better, even if it was the same movie. But I think that it just kind of came with the territory. So.
Well, Crescenzio, I always love talking Star Wars. So thank you for the question, brother. And thank you for listening and supporting the podcast.
Yeah, guys. Thanks.
It's been an honor.
Have a good night.
Okay, I have breaking news involving Cyberpunk.
Yes, I was just about to bring this up.
I have breaking news.
We have to go over this
bro.
real quick because this shit is actually
I wish this was on the other podcast. You may have to splice this in or something,
this
bro.
Shit is
Sony pulled Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store. Says buyers can get a refund.
Oh, just
it's
Sony just pulled. Overall. Oh my god.
It's straight up being pulled from PlayStation Store.
Yikes. You messed up.
Dude,
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Sony's probably like, because it's like it's hurting our brand too, probably.
Because I mean, this is peak Christmas season where Sony is getting all of its sales. Like, dude, and during the holiday rush, man, like with Christmas, just not having Cyberpunk up there is oof.
I was about to buy stonks, but I'll wait a couple weeks because it's going to keep tanking.
Sony Entertainment strives to ensure a high level of customer satisfaction. Therefore, we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via the PlayStation Store. Sony Entertainment will also be removing Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store until further notice.
I mean, if that doesn't wake up CDPR. Like, what was probably the last time something like this happened? I can't even think.
Never.
Jeez.
All right, well, picking somebody up. Creamy memes, it is. Welcome,
hello, Creamy.
That's hot.
Cream me up, daddy.
Oh,
that was
my
weird.
Goodness. What a way to start.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
If that doesn't make you feel at ease, I don't know what will.
That's true. That's very true. I had a question for Blue. Actually. You've talked about it in the past a little bit, but you are a graphic designer, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I was working in graphic design as well before the, COVID.
Yeah, the Rona, Miss
Yeah.
Rona.
Corona.
The Harambe. We know.
The ligma. You know how it is.
Mhm.
I was just curious, like, what kind of work that you actually get into, and because there's so many different facets of graphic design, obviously. So I was just curious about what kind of work you actually do.
So I don't really do a lot of graphic design anymore. Usually, if I do it, it's usually just something memey to whip up. But when I was working, I went to school for everything graphic design related. Where I went, I went for web design, I went for digital painting, I went for traditional art. Like my
Oh, okay.
degree gave us like it was called digital arts and graphic design, but really it was like a straight up like multimedia. Like you're gonna learn every asset of entertainment
Yeah, that was
that goes into
similar
graphic
for me
design.
as well. When I was in college, it was kind of a similar multimedia. Like you learn photography and videography
Yeah.
and After Effects and editing and all that stuff.
Where did you go to school out of curiosity?
I'm up in Ontario.
Okay, cool. So I think it's just like a universal thing for graphic designers to know everything, because that's kind of part of what we do. We have to know about everything to be able to do what we do.
Vectors.
So
It's a good part.
So-
It's a
All
good
those
place to
vectors.
start.
Hey,
so
some people you'd be surprised don't know how to work with vectors.
oh my god,
Man.
that's
You'd be shocked.
incredibly shady to someone who
You'd be surprised. People don't know how to use vectors in this industry.
It's an old meme,
Okay.
but it checks out.
It's an old meme. Okay. Anyways, when I worked at my job, I did a lot of After Effects. So I would do the commercials because I used to work at a bank, and their
Okay. So like animation?
so I did a lot of After Effects. It was really boring stuff. It was still pretty cool because I like animated like we would have like auto loans, and I'd be like, well, I'm gonna animate a car coming in. Here's the auto loan rate, yada yada yada.
Yep.
And here's
Okay.
all the stuff, and then I would do the commercials too. So I would, what most of my job revolved around when I was on the outdoor, which is what got me really bored, is because I work at a bank. It's like, okay, well, we have to like make it like really homey and really want people to connect with us. So what I ended up doing to cheap out was I ended up just because I had to lead the project. I essentially just got a bunch of stock footage and threw it together, and it's like, man, like this company, man, this bank, now this credit union is really what's going to get you together. Like this isn't this isn't just a bank, this is family. So it's just a bunch of stock video of like people with their kids or driving a car, like having the happiest day of all time. And then I realized, I'm like, God, dude, I'm literally making these terrible, like they weren't terrible, they were pretty fire. But that's what led me to leaving, because it's like I was just like, they're like, we need a new commercial. Like people loved your old one, and I was like, time to go to stock.com and get a bunch of video.
Shutterstock, hit me up.
Here's what, look at this happy woman driving in car video 1, happy woman driving in car video 2.
My favorite.
Yeah, exactly. People love that shit. It's so corny, but like when people watch commercials, they're like, man, those people are really happy.
That's
like,
so
wow,
relatable. Oh my god.
that's so relatable.
Hey,
Seems
I smile
corny,
when I
but-
change lanes like that too.
Yeah, exactly. It seems corny, but that works. So that's what I used to do most of, because nobody had really. And I hate motion graphics. I hate designing motion graphics. So when I went in, that's my first job, and I hated it.
Why do you hate motion graphics so much? I have to ask.
I don't, because when I went to graphic design, that's not what I went. Obviously, I knew I was going to do everything, but I was mostly like into print, a little bit of web design. I was the dude who was like, man, I'm going to make these really cool posters. And obviously, not every job will let you do that. So when I
That's true. Yeah.
when I went to school, I was apparently very good at motion graphics, and I was like, okay, cool. It's not what I want to do, but I'll do it if I have to. And then I should have bit my tongue, because it's literally what
Suddenly,
I ended up
that's
doing.
all you're doing, eh?
Yeah, because as much as people learn how to do it and everyone's good at it. So when I worked my job, they're like, wow, you can do motion graphics. And I was like, yeah, but I do all these other things. And they're like, but you can do
the
motion
motion graphics, though.
graphics.
But
And I was like, I can do that, but here's this print booklet I did that's really nice. So
Awesome. I'll hit you up about the motion graphics.
yeah, exactly. But before I did all that motion graphic stuff, it was mostly like print stuff, flyers for the bank, like internal stuff. The internal stuff was the most fun because for like like employee side
You can
stuff,
be extra memey.
because I could be extra memey. I could do all this cool stuff. I can. We got to do like this really sick employee shirt, and it was so dope because I did like it sounds so dumb, but I got to do like all this big illustration on it with the company name, and it's like super sellouty, but like I actually got to work on what I wanted. So
that's awesome.
But then they were like, "Wow, those motion graphics, you really got to pump those
You're
out."
like, no!
Oh my god!
Finally escaped it. Then
Not the motion graphics.
drag you right back in.
So yeah, I went to school for graphic design, ended up doing motion graphics.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like that's basically my life as well. I went to
Really?
school for graphic design and multimedia, get my first co-op job. Hit me up with those motion graphics. We need a good motion graphics intro for our videos.
Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah, it is actually.
Dude, I don't. Well, welcome. I'm really glad that I have someone who literally shares my exact same career path. Because man,
It's tough. It's brutal. But
do you like motion graphics, or you're the same boat? Like,
I
I'll
would
do
rather
it,
be
but
doing other kind of parts of the job.
yeah,
But you can't really complain if there's money coming in, I guess.
that is true. Unfortunately, I mean, and at least you're working with a computer, so
True.
it's
Yeah.
something. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, those motion graphics. I didn't mean to hit like a nerve because I didn't realize that you were in the
Well,
exact same boat
It
as
just
me.
resonated so much.
I liked motion graphics,
I
but
felt the
whatever.
pain in your voice,
I don't know what motion graphics are, so
How long have you worked at that job, Creamy?
I graduated, I think 3 years ago,
Nice.
and yeah, so about 2.5 years.
Well,
Here.
the longer you
Creamy.
work, hopefully the more they let you do. So, but I
Thank you
believe
for
in buddy.
revealing more lore about our lovable BlueWestlo.
1
Yeah,
second.
it always had me
Oh.
curious.
What do you find in
wanted
Mr.
to ask.
Fruit?
I was the opposite boat. I loved motion graphics.
Really?
Yeah, and so I would do them for fun, especially like back when I had my old YouTube channel. I would just make new intros and outros all the time, even though I never used them. So like
all the time.
Here's like one. I'll put it in
Oh, no way.
the regular chat.
Wait, in the
But-
Fruit Nation chat?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like this is what I love to do, just all the time.
What is this?
It'd just be the most random stuff, but I love doing motion graphics.
Declassified indie game spotlight.
Yeah, well, that was gonna be for my series Indie Game Spotlight, which I never did.
Oh.
I never did it, but
Got some branding.
Oh,
yeah, but I
May
made an
6th,
intro.
2014.
man, you
Damn.
spent so much time on that, didn't you?
Mhm.
First.
Yep. A lot of my
That was
old
like a-
channel has a lot of those. Just
That was like
Unlisted.
a 12-hour motion graphic, wasn't it?
oh yeah, dude.
How long did that take to
That's the-
render out?
Oh, the rendering isn't bad.
Oh, really? I thought
But yeah,
that would
it's
take
like
forever.
with motion graphics, probably like second. Just
Yep,
assume
show
it's
for
a
the
couple
stands.
hours.
Declassified indie game spotlight. What indie game were you playing that where you were like, I gotta do an indie game spotlight on this?
Actually, I think I remember. It was some random Xbox Live Arcade game that was like a side scroll runner, but you were like a ninja.
Oh, the Doritos race thing?
No, that was one of
shit
them.
was sick.
But it was just like some random, because at the time I didn't have any money anyway. So it's like, it's a free game I can download. It wasn't very good. But I think that's why. I just used it as an excuse to make that graphic. Never used it, so. But I did a lot of that.
Actually, Fruit, I had a question that just popped into my head. Like, this is probably about 4 years ago. You made a video just chilling in like Adobe Illustrator, and you were doing some drawings. I think one of them was like a Charizard Batman logo.
Yeah.
Do you remember
sick.
that?
Yeah.
And you like turned it into a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that? because I bought one and then it just
Oh, yeah, Teespring just was like, no. They shut it down.
Teespring nuked it.
Yeah, they nuked
oh,
it.
okay.
Because
Yeah.
I assume copyright issues. Even though it seems like creative, because it wasn't the Batman symbol anymore, and it wasn't the Charizard, and it was literally just a black outline. So I don't know.
It was a sick design. I liked it.
I thought so too.
Bring it
but-
back.
Well, that's
need
like
that
everyone wanted
merch.
the I'm a box shirt. I couldn't. Again, copyright issues. Even if it just remotely resembles it, they will hunt you down. So yeah, unfortunate.
Well, Creamy Memes, thank you for the questions. I learned a lot more about Blue and Mr. Fruit.
Thank you, Creamy.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys. Have a
Thanks,
good night.
brother. You
Have
too,
a
dude.
good
Good luck.
one.
Thanks.
All right.
What a nice guy.
Oh, hi. What a nice guy.
All right, BNG, you are not going to be the last one. Thanks for being patient, man.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Now that you're here.
Yeah, doing a little
Oh,
bit
thank you
better
very
now.
much.
See, I already used that on somebody, so I can't.
That's not
like,
true.
I can't say it again.
Liar. He's lying.
Oh
Don't
well,
believe him.
now it's like it's fine. I still feel appreciated. I love you guys.
It is better that you're here. It's just,
Oh, see, now he's lying. He said that
Mr.
like 2 minutes
Fruit.
ago. Look, he's
Stop
taking out
being
his
rude
teeth.
to our
He has
guest.
fake teeth. Not only is he fake, he has fake teeth.
rude.
Okay. My question for you guys was: have you seen the new Marvel movies being released in 2021, like Loki and Black Widow?
I know about Loki's the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a
I
show.
have a ton of interest in Loki. The one show that I totally am like miss me with it is the WandaVision one.
Dude, that's what I'm most hyped for.
Really?
It looks just so weird. That's why I'm interested in it.
Because it's either going to hit or it's going to miss.
I think she's gonna miss.
Plus,
do.
I think Wanda's one of the coolest characters that they should have spent more time on.
Yeah.
So I put an entire list in the sub chat.
Oh, okay.
If you guys want to check that out.
In the Discord, in the GGZ
In the
sub
GGZ.
chat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me see this.
Oh, we got.
Jump to present.
Look at this.
Oh.
This man's got the receipts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we got WandaVision, which apparently airs January 15th, so that's soon. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm about it. I like what's his name? Sam, right?
Yeah.
I
Cap.
like Sam. Yeah. Big fan.
I'll have to wait. Yeah, I'll be honest, like everybody is like heresy, but honestly of all
Is that a movie or a series?
TV show.
Okay.
Of all the Marvel things that happen throughout the universe, all the ones I was ever least interested in was the freaking
Winter Soldier?
yeah,
Captain America?
that guy. Never cared about it. That was the least interesting thing to me. So
Bucky or whatever.
yeah, so he's in the show. Like, I don't really. I mean, yeah, I'll watch it for Cap, I guess, but Winter Soldier just never really. I don't know why, but it just never resonated with me.
So like,
go ahead.
So like, which ones are you guys like most like? Even
I
if
could
you
pick-
are like hyped for.
If I could pick one from this list, I think the What If series is going to be really cool. I think that's like the one series I'm most excited for. Like where it's like, what if Peggy was Captain America or like all that kind of stuff. I just think it's really cool. I like that idea. Doctor Strange Multi-Universe Madness looks interesting. Thor Love and Thunder, come on. But that's 2022. Like we're so far away from that.
Yeah, I'd say the ones I'm most interested in: Spider-Man 3, Eternals, and the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Those would be my top 3.
Fantastic Four also, if they do it right. I think the Fantastic Four movies can be awesome. They just have to do them right. What about
What do you mean,
Blue?
dude? That
Anything?
last one was so cool.
Oh my god.
Just Marvel wise, I'm extremely hyped for Love and Thunder. And that's only because Ragnarok is literally my favorite Marvel movie.
So good.
But TV wise, I'm actually probably most excited for WandaVision.
Yeah.
I know that's probably the off answer, but that show just looks so weird, and I love weird shit.
Yeah.
Just trippy.
I have no
shit.
idea
And
what
that
to
show looks
expect,
like it's
so.
gonna be trippy.
Comes out like in a month. I didn't realize it comes out so soon.
Yeah.
Which one are you looking most forward to, BNG?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked through this entire article because like it's a lot of reading and
Yeah, we don't like
We don't blame you.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe like the animated series because I'm a really big fan of anime. Like I watched like most of like the Batman movies that were animated and like Batman and like Hush and whatnot, and I feel like those are really cool and I feel like they give a different kind of feel to it. I don't
Yeah,
know. I feel like actors are a big thing of the real life movies.
you can do so much more too in an animated kind of series. That's what I'm like really excited about with like the What If series. Well, BNG, thanks for your question, brother, and thanks for being so patient.
Yeah, thank you.
BNG,
No, it
it's
took
been
a
an
while.
honor.
Yeah, I got one more question, just a quick one. Are you guys
Oh, go
taking
ahead. Yeah, go
Jamie
ahead.
applications?
Well, maybe
I think
one
we
day.
all have learned to share the Jamie
Yeah.
role.
Yeah,
Of-
Jamie.
We're all part Jamie.
We're all part Jamie.
But if we ever do, we'll let you know.
All right, sounds good. I love you guys. Thank you.
See
Have a
you,
good one.
BNG.
Easy, brother.
Nice
All
guy.
right, here we go. Who's gonna be the last one? Who's gonna feel bad?
Wait, why don't
Oh.
we just bring both of them in at once?
I like that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
We're gonna bring you guys both in together, so somebody
No
isn't
one has to be
last.
So
alone.
no one gets left out. Hi, both of
does-
you. See, also,
Hello.
since you guys are together, it's not like weird, like, oh, I'm in the room with them alone. See?
Yeah. Now you're in a room alone with the other guy too. So, welcome. Thanks for being so patient.
Yeah.
So
do you have a?
yeah,
we can
judo
start with
narwhal
judo.
or toast? Yeah, judo. What was your question going to be?
I had two, but the one I was thinking of asking was like if any of you have done anything in your lives that are like really bad or really crazy, but like you never got caught doing it.
Man, I'm the wrong person to ask, bro.
I'm not really a rule breaker.
Yeah, I'm pretty straight cut. Like, I'm boring.
If you don't have an answer for that, I got a second question, but it's kind of dumb and short.
I mean, there were. The usual TPing, ding dong ditching, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I
yeah.
never did anything too crazy, like
I didn't
like
even TP.
stealing things or anything like that. I had friends that I wouldn't call them friends. I heard of people that would like go into people's garages and steal stuff. Like I never did any of that, but people would do that.
That's straight up theft, dude.
Yeah,
Mom's hardcore,
exactly.
bro.
Like
What the fuck?
I never really did anything that was like the craziest thing I did was ding dong ditching, but I feel like everybody does that. And maybe cheating on a test or two. I don't know. Maybe cheating on a test or 20. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I definitely did that.
I've never
I guess
cheated on a test.
that's the only thing I guess I got away with.
I didn't
is
even know
cheating
how
on
to
a
cheat on a
test.
test. How'd you guys
What are you
do
talking
that?
about? You just look.
No. What I did is I printed my answers on a water bottle.
That's
because people would get the key to the because our teachers were dumb and would leave it on the desk. So I printed all the answers on a water bottle and left the water bottle on the desk.
That's pretty big brain though.
I
Like,
did
see,
it
at
for a
least you
whole
took that
year.
extra mile. You know.
I did it for a whole year, and several other people did it too. So shout out teachers for being irresponsible.
So dumb, but well played.
No, I can't really. That's pretty much it. Ding dong ditching and TPing people. Like I would like TP somebody, and then they'd be like tweeting on Instagram or whatever, like, "Hey, who did it?" And I'd be like, "It was me."
I was literally the kid in the group where my friends would be TPing. I'm like, guys, let's not.
Please.
Yeah, I'd be like, they would do that, and I'd be like, I gotta walk away, guys. Like, I can't be running right now.
If
I
I
can't.
get caught, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
That's literally how it was, dude. I was so boring. So I got nothing. I'm sorry.
What's your other question, Judo?
Oh, I was just like, when you eat a taco though, do you tilt your head to the left or the right?
Oh,
To the left.
Whatever this way is.
That's to the left, bro.
So left.
I tilt my head to the left.
I tilt my head to the right.
Actually,
Right, gang.
wait a second. Well,
Yeah, I think I
actually,
tilt my
no.
head
I
to the
tilt to the right because I'll grab it with my left. In the front,
Yeah.
and then I'll tilt to the right.
See,
Yeah,
I go
never mind.
here.
I go right.
I'm a right tilter.
Right tilt, gang.
Right till we out here.
Okay, well then I'll ask you: when you wipe, do you
Don't tell me
Fold or do you
no.
crumple?
No, nobody crumples.
I crumple.
I feel like
What?
I
You
crumple
got a
too.
nasty ass.
I'm a
I crumple
crumpler.
too. Yeah.
What? Why would you do that?
Well, sometimes I do. I don't know. It's whatever. I grab it, and if it's easy enough to fold, I do. But if it's crumped, then I'm like, all right, it's crumpled.
Wait, so
What
how
am-
do you? What are we talking
I'm
about
not gonna play
crumple, like he does-
origami with my toilet paper. Do you just wipe and go? Like I don't need like.
Nobody crumples. Ew.
I'm gonna be 100%. Crumpling's kind of a sin. I don't.
Thank you.
I thought he was gonna be like we crumple.
I fold 100%,
Thank
especially when
you.
I'm.
All right, Toast, you're the deciding vote here. Toast, do you fold or do you crumple?
The time. I mean,
What?
like paper's like not foldable. I'm gonna crumple it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Let's go. Crumple wins.
No,
And-
Narwhal's no
and there
Narwhal.
you go. It
You're
passes
my
3 to
homie,
2.
Narwhal. No. We got clean asses over
The
here.
law passes 3 to 2.
So do I. It just
Swamp
came from
ass
a
lives on.
crumpled toilet paper.
Dude, especially like, I work at Walmart and the paper there is like,
Okay,
it
well,
rips away
that's
too
like-
easily.
That's like single ply bullshit.
I
That's
gotta
like
fold it. I gotta have the layers.
well,
I mean,
that
like
is
I'm
different.
talking like in the comfort of my home when I got 3-ply. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't
I
poop
ain't in
in
any
public.
danger. You know what I'm saying?
I don't poop in public, so I don't have to worry about that.
I do.
Nah,
I
fold's the
can't
way to
hold it.
go.
Well, Gio, thanks for just
I-
starting World War III with us.
I will say I do fold in public because it is that 1-ply, and I'm like
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like layering that thing just for one swipe. I'm
I
like,
agree. But I got like quad ply at the crib. You know what I mean? Like we're
Yeah,
chilling.
at home
Like,
it's different, but yeah. When I'm
I
out.
still fold at home.
Okay.
I gotta respect it. Toast, what you got for us, buddy?
Since at the time of asking this, we have not yet got. We're at the cusp of the season finale of Mandalorian. How are you guys enjoying this season?
Oh,
Real nice.
I like
Real
it
good.
a ton.
I
Yeah.
was unsure about the first half of the season, but this second half has just been like the best Star Wars I've watched since watching the original trilogy.
I even liked the
it
stupid
is.
side quests they were doing.
Yeah,
Like,
I was on board the whole time.
I was on. I mean, I liked it, but I was like, okay, where's this going?
yeah, like what are we doing?
'Cause I was
Especially
like,
the first
season
episode.
season one was so fire, and the first half of season 2 was like a real slow burn, and I was like, where's this going? Like, I'm waiting for that season 1 magic, and now we're here. And I'm like, bro, second half season 2, best Star Wars I've ever watched.
And like
Okay, not
with-
best Star Wars ever, but like it's up. It's like top 3, like
Contending.
It's great.
some of the
Like,
best
it's just-
Star Wars I've ever watched.
It's in the ring. Ding, ding,
I
ding.
love the practical effects too. Like they just find the perfect like medium between CGI
the
and practical
balance.
effects. Yeah, like there's a good balance set there. Like I don't want everything to be practical. Like I don't want to be like a 1950s movie. Like
And then Ahsoka was just so
Oh,
good,
sick.
dude.
they casted her
like,
perfectly.
perfectly casted, and I just, I lost it, dude.
It's gonna
'cause-
just open so much more Clone War stuff too, and just kind of more kind of TV shows, which I think was kind of their hope.
So the consensus is we hate it. It's terrible.
What do you think? Have you been watching it, Judo Narwhal?
Oh
Do you
yeah,
like-
I watch it every Friday.
Oh, you're all about it.
Oh
you
yeah.
enjoying it,
100%.
Toast?
I love Star Wars. I mean,
Yes.
I watch. I'm even tempted to stay up this tonight and watch the episode.
I thought
It
about
is
it
the-
too,
it
but
is
it's
the
like 2
finale.
a.m. and that
It's
is
3
just,
a.m. for me, and I got
that
school,
is-
so I can't.
that is just way too gamer hours for me. I am not built like that.
I'm an old
anymore.
man now. I'll catch you
I like
tomorrow
that-
evening.
I'm waking up earlier, like in 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like I wake up in 4 hours at that time. You know what I mean? I can't be just doing that.
But I think why I love it so much is someone said it made us. They made it feel like old original trilogy Star Wars while not
Yes.
feeling like a 1950s movie.
It just
Yeah.
feels. It's like the Star Wars I
Feels
grew
genuine.
up with, but modern, and it's just
Yeah.
it just hits right.
It's like a Star Wars my dad will like. You know what I mean? Like
This is
any
the
kind
way.
of generation of Star Wars fan will like.
It's a Star Wars my dad does like.
Well, we appreciate you guys hanging in for so long, literally like
Thank
an
you.
hour and 40 minutes. So really, really
Yeah.
want to thank you guys for not only supporting the
Thank you,
podcast,
guys.
but waiting so long and for
We
your
took a lot of your
questions and waiting
time,
so
so we
patiently.
appreciate that.
appreciate it.
Heck yeah.
All right. Take care, you guys. Appreciate
Take
it.
care, you guys.
Have a good
You too.
afternoon, evening, night, whatever it might be.
And
Yes,
that
guys.
will do
We did
it
it.
for the episode 66.
6, I think, or 65.
And hey, we did another year in the books. This was a
We
full.
did it.
This was our first like full calendar year.
Yeah.
From
Full
January to a
calendar
December.
year, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's
Hopefully
been a
more to
pleasure.
come. Yeah. So we
appreciate
thank
you
all of our
boys.
stands, whether they be the Patreon supporters we just talked to, or you're just a viewer or a regular listener. Whether you rate and comment or you don't. If you consume this at all in any way, we appreciate you. Glad you guys are enjoying. And as long as you guys keep watching and listening, we'll keep making them. So thank you very much. Hope you all have a good end to the year. And I think
Let's hope 2021 is better than this.
Yeah, I think I speak for everyone when hopefully, next year picks up. But with that said, thank you very much. We'll talk to you next year.
This is our last one of the year.
Bye.